Glad to know that you're still there. This is Spectrum TV, and this is Rise and Shine Daily, reaching to you live from the beautiful hills of Ibiakure, coming to you now. And you can join the conversation at Spectrum TV, and also you can look at our website, www.spectrumtv.
Exactly. And right about now, we have our guest in the studio. Yes, he is an activist. He is the voice of the people. He is pretty much concerned with issues that bothers human interest. Of course, he is no other person than DaZion Umoh, the very controversial man. Good to have you in our studios.
Good morning.
Good morning. How do you do?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
Doing great.
I hope you find your way at ease down here. Now tell me
I
about it.
tried it. I don't want to talk about that, but trust
Exactly.
me, that road is more than horrible.
Oh my God.
Something needs to be done about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, at this point, we were talking about poor waste management in Nigeria, and more specifically in Uyo. We have pretty much seen issues of poor disposal of waste. And like the video we just saw there, along Uyo Village Road, even at where they dump it finally, we see that it's not properly handled. So what do you feel could be done about it?
You know one thing, I don't think we should center everything in Uyo.
Okay.
Because when you talk about management, waste management, that ministry was not created for you.
Exactly.
It was created for the entire state. But what I've come to realize is that management, they are only focusing on the barracks road, where the governor passes by and thinks that everything is well when nothing is well.
Okay.
I can beat my chest and tell you that the governor has not been to your village road where all that mess is created. Now look at it. Why do you produce a small dumping container for a busy area that requires maybe 10 of those things?
Okay.
Now you place the thing here. Let's say you place it on Monday, hoping to move it on Friday. Within 1 hour, it is full.
Yeah.
Now all the trash now comes to the road. You see what I'm saying, right?
That's right.
You go around the city of Uyo, trash is everywhere. Go to, is it Atiku? One day I covered that area when it was raining very bad.
Yeah.
All that thing comes out to the main road.
Exactly.
Dumping sites should not even be in that area.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why I say that we should not focus this thing in Uyo.
You know, the reason we are specific about Uyo is that Uyo seems to have the more population of people who generate this waste. You won't find that in most of these suburban communities.
So you're telling me that my local government Abak should not be clean?
No, Abak is clean.
Because they're only focusing in Uyo. They should, okay, now ask the waste management. When last did they go to places like Ika?
Okay.
When last did they go to the places like Ini local government?
Okay.
Have you ever seen them? They say, okay, this Saturday we are good. Have you ever seen them shot a video of them doing one or two things in the local government or interior places like Ikono?
Okay.
They don't go there. They only run around Uyo, take videos, and tell governor, all is well. And somebody there will go and tell them, they is happy with you. When it's not.
Okay. Now we understand that in Akwa Ibom State, monthly we have every month we have sanitations. Now, what is the effect, in your opinion? What do you think is the effectiveness of this body that creates sanitation around the streets? Shouldn't the people, also contribute to curb this waste?
Sanitation is madness.
Okay.
Monthly sanitation to me is madness.
Why do you say so?
Because you cannot tell me when to clean my behind. When I go to the toilet, I take a shit. Sorry to use that word.
Okay.
Then I wipe myself.
Okay.
When I know I'm due to shower, I go in and take a shower. You should not be to be told when to clean your environment.
Okay.
So when they come out here and say, okay, this month, Saturday, for one Saturday in every month is more compulsory sanitation, it's madness. You should not force the people to clean their environment.
Okay.
I saw my gutter yesterday was dirty. I cleaned it.
Okay.
I did not wait for the city to come. Most of the time I always tell people that it's not all about what the society or what the government does to you, but it's all about what you are doing for your community.
Okay.
Now, you find out that a lot of persons around this our communities don't seem to have that inculcate that attribute that they are not.
Right.
Most of them are not responsible to these actions. So, what is the place of government if they don't have a day like we have today? Is being celebrated worldwide as International Day for to stop violence against women. That is like raising an alarm or maybe people's consciousness. I pretty much feel sanitation is same, maybe to get people to the consciousness that, oh, you have to take care of your environment.
That's right.
So what's your take on that if you say it's madness?
Okay, now let me tell you something. Let's look at it this way.
Okay.
If we were to live in a civilized country, whereby you work on Friday, I work on Saturday.
Okay.
She is in charge of sanitation.
Okay.
Now, she comes out to block me from going to work and asks me to go and join in cleaning my environment that I had already cleaned on Friday because I had to go to work on Saturday. Do you get my point now?
Exactly.
So it doesn't work like that way. Look at it, a lot of people, like, for example, you have a funeral coming up this Saturday.
Okay.
You have to do the run around early in the morning. You already clean up your environment Thursday or Monday to Thursday or Friday. Now somebody comes up from nowhere and tell you, hey, I need you to go and clean the environment, shut down whatever you were doing.
If you look at it very well, I feel, in my opinion, that sanitation should actually be, for the people to go around to clean the environment. But you feel that it's actually madness. But with this madness, you find out that in every environment, a street, you see that we have heaps of, being the West around there. Shouldn't the people also take it as a responsibility to clean it up?
No, they cannot. You cannot. The mess that you are seeing in the year, cannot be cleaned up by the people.
Why?
It's too much. How would you ever begin? How can the people clean up the article?
Okay.
How can the people clean up the mess along the road? You cannot. You provide the way, the basic things, and the normal thing for the people to dispose and how to dispose their trash. They will do that. You don't come out here and put one small drum for the whole community to dump their trash on Monday, then you pick it up on Friday, knowing that that drum is not even enough for one family.
Okay.
So it's not the people, it is the waste management. They need to upgrade whatever they are doing.
Okay, now we find out that, like you rightly mentioned, Atiku Abubakar, we find out that most of the times is the issue of drainage. And most of these drainages are locked up because of garbage that gets in there. Now, this garbage was not there because government actually put it there. It was there because people actually, because of their inability to dispose their waste properly, they actually caused that to happen. So what do you think, in your opinion, could be done to stop that attitude? If you say, going by your philosophy that sanitation is madness, how can that be trashed out?
But that has nothing to do with the sanitation.
Okay,
let's talk about it. If the waste management can work together with the works department, all should be well.
Okay.
Because now, a commissioner for works, we live in a society whereby somebody, for example, you went to school, you have master's and first degree in chemistry.
Okay.
And you find yourself being a lecturer, lecturing what? English language or mathematics. So now, when you look at the works department, they are not working. They are not. Because if they work, if you know that there is a flood here, it should be the Ministry of Works, under the leadership of Professor Neba, should go in and see why there is that flood there. Because there is a trash that is being clogged up somewhere. Then they can unclog that place so that they can have the flow of water. Then you can now tell the waste management is either they move this trash from here and see how you can stop, because the more trash will go in and block the place again. But these people are not doing that. That is why a lot of people will always come back to blame Governor Udom Emmanuel. I'm not in support of Udom Emmanuel. I'm not supporting the governor, but I can beat my chest and tell you that Udom is funding those people heavily to get their jobs done, but they are not doing their jobs. And I will also suggest that the governor should stop listening to these people when they come around and say that all is well, and go find out things for himself.
Okay.
I don't think the governor can stand the smell of your village road for a second. He can never.
No.
That place is a mess, and these people will do everything to avoid taking the governor through that route.
Okay.
Because governor tells you we are going to Ikarekbene, they will do everything to avoid that route. Okay. So the governor will not see the place and be like, hey, what's going on here? Like now that this interview is made, then the governor will either take a route. I know the governor watches my timeline, follows me very well.
Okay.
He will run down there and look at it, and he will see things for himself because they've been lying to him.
Exactly. So you talk about the agencies managing waste disposals not living up to their expectations. Now let me put up a rough case scenario. Now let's say, for instance, I'm not kind of trying to put the blame on the people, but let's see, we're trying to look at a society's kind of mentality. Now they've excavated the trash, and that has been caught. How do you stop people from actually going back to trash their bins? Because we've seen cases of food vendors along the streets who dump the remains of their food in the gutter.
That's right.
And as long as that continues, we pretty much will still have these issues coming up. So what's your take on that in addressing such issues?
I mean, stopping people from throwing their
Yes,
exactly.
trash.
Exactly.
It still falls back to the waste management.
Okay, how?
I would not love to smell the bad food.
Okay.
If those people are provided, you can provide a place for them to dispose those things.
No,
Okay.
sorry to cut you there. How do you provide a place for someone that's driving? I mean, you find out that some people drive along the street and they just drop it there. Instead
Just
of
drop
coming
it
out
there.
from their vehicle, maybe to walk a little mile and drop it in the trash can. So how do you handle
It
that
seems to
situation?
be more of an attitudinal kind of attitude.
Yeah.
So,
Provide more dump sites. I'm telling you the truth. Provide more dump sites.
Okay.
Let me tell you how it is. I live in a society whereby you have what we call the rest area. If you drive, let's say you're traveling along the road, you get tired, you pull up to the rest area. The first thing you see when you come out of the rest area, there's a trash can here.
Okay.
There's a trash can here. There's another smaller trash can there for the dog poop. Let's say if you're coming out with your dog to take a walk. Your dog poop, you pick the dog poop up, you put in the other trash. You don't put in this other trash.
Okay.
We have trash for recycling.
That's
We like to have the one for the garbage.
okay.
They don't do that here.
Okay.
Okay, now tell me, where is the trash can from Plaza on a bad road to a Common Man Junction? I mean, to Quap to the Austin County Secretary. How many trash cans do you have on that
Tell
road?
me.
Oh, pretty much we can answer that at this moment, because I know there might be one or two around that road. But then let's take you back to the issues of managing this waste. Do you feel that if we have a recycling plant, because it pretty much boils that most of the times, like what is playing out at Uyo Village Road, that the trash, maybe it's too much there, and we pretty much seems to have waste that rough, and that stinks. Do you feel if we have a recycling
Yes, a plant.
it could also help? Maybe we push those waste there and they're recycled into
I
useful.
suggested that long ago.
Okay.
That is the best thing. These people get a plant whereby you bring in the trash, dump it in there. The plant will recycle it, select it. The plastic stuff will go the other way, the metal will go the other way. We'll recycle those things.
Exactly.
But I don't know if the waste management actually understand what they are doing. It's not just about seeing a dump site. You say, okay, we can be dumping trash there.
Exactly.
With time, you will not be able to go in there and dump your trash, because the more you dump, the more are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you dump, the more are coming out. So with time, you'll be left with a truck filled up with garbage,
That's right.
and you wouldn't know how to push it in there.
Exactly. Which pretty much seems to be the case that's playing out
Yes.
on the Village Road.
That's right.
Okay, now you say that would be a welcome development. At this point, we will go on a little time out. When we return, we'll still be talking with DaZion Umoh. Exactly, and we'll also be taking social media reactions. So do well to join us in our different social media platforms on Facebook and also on Instagram, all of which you can find on our website, www.spectrumtelevision.ng. Don't go away, stay. Waste can be said to be a material, substance, or byproduct eliminated or discarded as no longer useful after the completion of a project. It is often called trash, garbage, rubbish, or junk. It can be solid, liquid, or waste heat. It is important that we dispose our waste in the right possible ways to avoid causing environmental pollution. Some waste will eventually rot, but in the process it may smell or generate gas which is explosive and can contribute to greenhouse effect. We observe heaps of garbage lying along the streets while passing because open dumping is one of the most common waste disposal in Nigeria. Deploying the best waste management process of collecting, transporting, treatment, and disposal with monitoring and regulations of the process, including waste-related laws, technology, and economic mechanism, can help cope the harmful effects of poor waste disposal. However, individuals must be responsible and ensure proper waste disposal in our environment.
Glad to know that you're still there. We've been speaking with someone in the studio, and his name is DaZion Umoh. Now, sir, you talked about a recycling plant. Now, what can you tell us more about the benefits of this recycling plant if we have it in the States?
You know, if we try to recycle those things there, we have billions of naira laying around there. People that are producing bottles, water bottles, pure water, they go to Abia State to buy the raw material. When we have the raw material laying right there, if we have a recycling plant, we can actually generate our raw materials from that place. We have manure, lots of fertilizer, compost manure is laying right there, worth millions of naira, which a recycling plant can sort out those things. We have metals, irons, all kinds of stuff laying there. But the thing about it is that, you know, when you go into business, the business is all about minimizing your expenses and maximizing your profit. But we don't, in Akwa Ibom State, we don't have that business mindset whereby you can look at it and say, okay, even if this recycling plant is going to cost us 1 billion, on the long run, you can get this money right now, but then it would look as if that's a hell of a money to invest in trash.
Okay, now it pretty much boils down to do you feel it's an area that government should look into, or individuals? Because we have seen cases where government set up plants like this, and, you know, like the normal government thing, it doesn't have the sustainability aspect of it. So do you feel it's on government or individual? What's your take on that?
I think the government should invest in that. If an individual goes in there to invest in that place, the government will go after that person. Let's say you go in there and start making a hell of the money from that place. Then they'll come out and tell you, oh, you have to be paying us 10 million naira every month. Forgetting that you are actually there helping them to clean up and recycle the trash. And keep the place clean. And small. I think government should invest in that place, not an individual.
No. We saw a report that rapid population of growth can also be a problem of waste management. Do you agree with that?
Rapid population of growth can also be...
A lot of people in the States generating waste.
But part of it, I will agree, you know, I will not agree 100%. I'll be in between. Because I still boil down to producing a way to manage your trash. You know, go to New York. We have millions of people running around generating trash. you don't see the trash because they make proper arrangement
Okay.
to dispose the trash. So I would not agree with you all the way
Okay.
that the growth of the people is the reason why, you know.
Okay, would you agree? Because there have been cases where government tried to, enforce these disciplinary measures on defaulters of people who dump waste inappropriately. We have seen the sanitation court at some point, maybe in 2018, there was a sanitation court that used to try people. Do you quite agree, as a man of the people and an activist, punishment of defaulters?
That's right.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Because you have to use one person to teach the rest of the people
That's right.
a lesson.
Okay.
I have always been a supporter of jungle justice.
Okay.
Why so?
I've always been in support of jungle justice. Take for example, see like the street lights.
Okay.
We lost all the solar batteries on the street lights that were provided by Gospel of Babio. The streets are back in total darkness. In a back where I come from, there is only one solar light left.
Well,
Do you know why that light is there? It's because there are bees living there with the batteries. So if you go up there, those bees will stink you, yes. That's why that light is still there. But if you were to apply jungle justice, whereby if you catch somebody trying to steal the battery, they kill the person or burn the person, people will be afraid of stealing those batteries.
no, in as much as that is
Don't
so,
you think
no,
the law should take its
take
course?
its course? Oh,
No.
don't you think security personnel should be in check? of those things?
The law, in the state of lawlessness, it is unlawful to be a law-abiding citizen. What am I trying to tell you? You're talking about a place whereby you arrest somebody through his trash on the street, you catch the person. Catch the person, if you can flog him 50 with a machete in the back and let him go. Than for you to catch the person and take the person to police station where the person will make one phone call and it will be released.
Well, I think it still has to, because the authorities that can handle that, it still boils down to maybe the community can put up a kind of watchdogs, and then when they catch the culprits, they hand them over to security personnel.
Which
most of the time, if you allow jungle justice, it could happen that an innocent person might fall a victim.
Fall a victim of what? Innocent person throwing trash on the road, get caught, get beat up, and fall a victim?
No, if you apply that to dumping of trash, it could apply to other cases. I came across a post when somebody said on a lighter note that if you have issues with your boyfriend, or maybe your boyfriend dropped you, just tell your boyfriend to hold your bag. When you're on the road, just shout, "Thief, thief," and they'll come and catch him. You see, cases like that might play out. So I think jungle justice might not just be the way out for it. So what other measures do you think can be applied to cope this, apart from jungle justice?
Don't bring in police. It will not work. So arrest the person, take the person to police station. Now, let's agree that I have long legs.
Okay.
You catch me throwing my trash. Okay, now, who do you think would take me to court for throwing a trash on the road? Who do you think would take the president speaker to court for throwing a banana stain on the road?
It boils down to
nobody.
Oh, well.
It's nobody.
No, you could also live as a leader. You also have to live up to responsibilities. Yeah, because you are a model, and other people might copy what you pretty much are doing.
I mean, it will not work. The best way is to apply jungle justice to this kind of thing. Flog the people.
Well,
don't bring in the police.
We're not taking in that's not an option.
I would suggest.
No, that's not an option at this point. But your people would like to take your final remarks on this particular issue.
Yeah.
Okay, and I also know that you are someone with strong followership base. Do you think the Okuta panel can actually, advise them, maybe Okuta panel actually come up with
well, we are blessing ourselves.
Exactly.
And there should be a city. Blessing has been in Dubai for the past 2 months.
Okay.
That is why we have not had it. There are a lot of issues to be discussed on the Okuta panel.
Exactly. Of positive impact. Maybe like talking to the people could actually hear you if they say don't do this or don't do that, to support government's moves towards making Akwa Ibom a better place.
The best way, if you want the people to listen to me, I would still suggest the jungle justice.
No, we don't
saying
agree with that.
On that note, let's take
The police will not help.
No, they will help.
How?
Your final words, then we call it a quit at this point.
Your final words, what do you think, in your opinion, minus the jungle justice, what do you think should be the role of government to curb waste management in Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria as a whole?
Let's not talk about Nigeria. Because
Okay.
charity begins at
Akwa Ibom
home.
State.
Okay. Let the governor
Okay.
reach out to the waste management
Okay.
and also reach out to the chairman of all the local government councils.
Okay.
We should not focus all our energy or channel all our energy to Uyo.
Okay.
Akwa Ibom State is bigger than Uyo
That's right.
local government.
Okay.
Not just your Barracks Road. Let me say Barracks Road, because if you go to Sakmanande Market, we don't have time to go into deep.
Okay, government should talk to
government
the waste management agency.
should get involved and call the waste management agency and see if they need more funds in order to provide more dumping containers for the people.
Exactly.
You know, take for example, if you go down the road, they put a dumpster. So you stop.
I think at this point we'll call it quits. Your last word, you say government should reach out to the waste management agencies to find out if they need more funds exactly to cope with the rising increase of waste disposal in Akwa Ibom State. At this point, we'll call it a wrap at this particular segment. And when we return, Rise and Shine continues. Don't go anywhere.